see, we are on the Mississippi River going for perch, jigging and tip downs with minnows. It's really rough bite. Really cold, breezy. The wind that comes along is freezing cold. I don't know why, but it is in this area. But it's a very hard bite. We're just trying to see if we can get some eater yellow perch going, not bluegills, yellow perch. Really rough bite out on the Mississippi backwaters. So let's get the fishing. All right, so we were on the backwaters of the Mississippi going for some yellow perch. We only caught so few nice ones, but at the end of the day, we ended up with a good little pile of them. Spot one, we only caught one perch there. They were not in that area, so we went to the other side of that big rock line as spot two, and that's where we found most of our perch for the rest of the day. Not a very good bite, but we ended up with some nice ones at the end of the day for a pile of eaters. Well, first yellow perch, but it's all small little nibblies. Here he goes. On the tip down here. They're just coming and nibble, and they won't take the minnow today. We'll see what happens here. Alright everybody, we might have just found the perch. That first spot where we were, awful. When we started marking some fish, we went on the other side of this little big bay area over the lump here. It's like a kind of like a wing dam or something like that. Some type of wing dam or something. It's supposed to, block the current or something a little bit. But on the other side is where we were, but we weren't catching nothing. We only caught that one little perch on the tip down, and here's a little eater. Alright, another little dude. We found where they are. It's just, we gotta try to get it going here now. Got one nice one. We found them. We found the perch. Right, see, it bends around right here. This is a point. Whatever this big line of rocks are for the Mississippi River here. Another small little guy. We found something here. Alright, another perch. On the tip down this time, not on the jigging pole. Alright. Well, there's 3 of them. They're not the biggest, but we're starting to put a little group of eater perch together here. The biggest one is this one right here. Tip downs, they're really coming on now lately here. I'll show you how a tip down works here if you don't know what a tip down is. Another kind of smallish yellow perch on the minnows for tip downs. Very rough bite. Look at that. You can see the minnow. Yeah. So, here's your tip down. Here's your line right here. You got your minnow on there. So when a fish bites, all it's going to do is just go like this, and that will tell you, hey, you got something going on this pole, and you should come and get the fish. That's really all a tip down is. Pretty nice little contraction to help you catch some fish on little crappie minnows. Alright, another small little perch on the tip down here. Yeah. What we've been getting is all these small little dudes. There's only one big one we got. Alright, another little yellow perch. That is the jig I am using. It's like a custom made from a bait shop. Little gold, tiny little jig. Really small little jig. Barely any weight on it for really hard fishing. It works good for this kind of hard fishing. But another little yellow perch, yellow guy. Alright. Alright, another right over that limit where I would throw him back, so he's an eater. Another one right here on the tip down on a minnow. So it's very, very slow grinding today. We're at 4 eaters. We're getting some here. Well, we're ending the day with only 6 eater perch. Morning, everybody. As you can see, we are in a winter storm. It's supposed to go almost half the day till about around 11, 10 o'clock and shut off and leave the area. Right now it's just snowing. Had the good fresh snow on the everywhere, and good about another inch or 2 everywhere here. So we're going after trouties and maybe some bass. We'll see what happens here. Just trying to use up some minnows we got here this morning. Let's see what's going on. We're in a 8-foot hole. We're gonna try to have a tip up mark in each side of this hole here. Tip down, I mean, not tip up, tip down. And just see if we can get some nice trout or some nice bass, maybe even some crappies, who knows. We'll see what happens here. Let's get to drilling holes because we got some ground to cover here. All right, so this is the lake we were fishing, trying to use up some minnows we had, and we were hoping for more trout than crappies. We caught more crappies than trout, and really no big fish, just a lot of smaller ones, really hard bite in the middle of a snowstorm, using some tip downs, like I said, just trying to use up some minnows and to see what was going on. And this is more of a little bit of a crappie video here. Hope you enjoy. So we found the drop off to this 8-foot hole. See that 8 foot? Right off of there. It starts shallowing up, and we're about in 5 feet. So it drops off, goes to in the 8 feet right here, like the Vexler shows. So we're gonna have a tip down right here, right off this drop off, showing, hey, this is where that 8-foot hole starts. And then we'll have to go out that way and find where it starts shallowing up over there and put another tip down. And in between, that's where we'll go with a jig and minnow, trying to find whatever wants to bite right in between these tip downs. So let's get to it. This is horrible weather for filming a video in or taking pictures in. It's just a snowing, it's just a coming down. Vexlar's got to stay in the bag so it doesn't get full of water and snow. Got a towel covering up the sled and all that. All right. Now I've noticed every one of these scoops you buy for your ice hole, that handle comes not the way I like it. So what I do, I use some pliers and I bend that sucker all the way down, almost lining with the other one. So they hook up, it hooks better onto your pants wherever you hook it up to. This way, it just keeps falling right out when I'm trying to walk around. All right, now you can see the difference. I bended that thing all the way back so it's pointing right back into the actual scoop itself. So this is actually going to hook on way better now. Look at that, way better. The only way I can get it unhooked is to actually lift it upwards. Usually, before, it always just went like that, all the time. Alright, so we're all marked out between these 2 holes is where we're going to be fishing. Because these mark the edge of the drop off going into the 8-foot hole. Then fish been in this 8-foot hole, so we'll see what happens. Alright, on the minnow, tip down, first little trouty. Really beautiful little rainbow trout. There he's gone. Tip down, caught the first one. It's really slow right now. It might heat up. Alright, we're just gonna talk here. We just had a mark down there, but it ran away from us. We just got our first rainbow trout. It's around 8:30, 9 o'clock now. Open water, they seem to have a whole different system. For me anyway, this is my opinion. These trout
during open water, you got to go and get up really early before the sun even hits the water, because when that sun hits the water, it quits the bite. Now, in the hard ice, hard water, you're ice fishing, they seem to have a whole different system. They don't start biting until 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know, that's it. You always seem to learn stuff when you come out here. So. Alright, first little crappie. There we go. Right on the little minnow, forage minnow right there. That's what I'm using. With a minnow, of course, as I said. There we go, little crappie. Finally, first one in a long time. Well, it is the first one. What am I talking about? Alright, let's put them back. There you go. About an hour later, half an hour later, another tiny little crappie here. Alright, little dude, let's get in there. There you go. Right on. A forage minnow jig with a minnow on it. Alright. Another crappie on that forage minnow with a minnow. Another little one. It's right after 10 o'clock going on to 10:30. And we're catching some crappie finally now. Tip down. Right. That fish got away. We got to the tip down and we pulled it up and there is no fish there. Alright, so it finally kind of basically stopped snowing. The snowstorm is out of here now.